Well, I'm back. And this time, I made sure I started off drinking some water. Water is important. And some of y'all, I'm just going to say, some of y'all need to drink some water. Y'all here letting go battery acid coming out your pipes. You need to drink some damn water. Okay. We'll call you for pipe corrosion. But other than that, drink you some damn water. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to my tonight show. This you damn right. It's my tonight show. Racqi Road Porch Talk. My show. Yes. And shout out to those watching me on the Porch Talk RRP Media YouTube channel. Shout out to those watching me on Facebook. Shout out to those who's coming back on the replay. I just ask that you hit a like on this because at the end of the day, I've never seen anybody invoice for a like. So that will make it free. And that means, what's it to you? If it's free, like it. Thank you. Tonight, we're going to talk about Tory Lanez. Now, this has been going on so long, and this has been said, and that has been said, to the point where I have a video. We're going to watch the video and get caught up on what's current with Tory Lanez and how he got here, right? We're going to get the deets on that because it's been so much going on. And now here we are at sentencing. So, when they give so much information to you, you can kind of begin to forget. So I think it's important before we get to running our miles, honey, to gather context, right? That's what I think. I don't know about you. So with that, let's go. And I just want to caution you, I did not pay for the YouTube thing. So I get the countdown, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go through it together and keep it moving. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if that goes away, but I would think it would. But I don't know. I didn't pay for the shit. So here we go.
We begin with some breaking news from Los Angeles. A Los Angeles judge has sentenced Canadian rapper Tory Lanez to 10 years in prison for shooting and wounding singer Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. Lanez faced up to 22 years in prison and deportation back to Canada. He was convicted in December on 3 charges, including first-degree assault for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the feet in 2020. It's unclear at this juncture whether he will be deported to Canada. Let's get more from CBC News senior entertainment reporter Eli Glasner. Eli, the sentencing hearing lasted 2 full days. How surprising is this result, those 10 years?
I mean, not as surprising, perhaps. It was a long couple days of deliberation, but also earlier today we heard that the judge was asking whether public safety would be served, whether he was sentenced for 13 days, 13 years, or 10 years. So that's also far under the maximum of 22, as you mentioned. So the fact that they eventually did end up on 10 years is not entirely surprising. At the same time, you look at what Tory Lanez's team was asking for. They were asking for him to be just put out on probation, saying that he was an alcoholic and needed to be dealing with the various psychiatric issues, that he suffered trauma from when his mother died at a young age. Now, let me read you some of the judge's comments after putting out his decision. This is Judge David Hereford. He said it was difficult to reconcile the charitable person and good father that many people described yesterday. And this was yesterday. We heard from 70 letters in support of Lanez, of the charitable work he did. We even heard letters from Iggy Azalea, another rapper, talking about Lanez, even a letter from his 6-year-old son. But the judge continued saying, sometimes good people do bad things, actions have consequences, and there are no winners in this case. Now, Lanez did speak to the court, and here are some of his comments. He said, if I could turn back the series of events that night and change them, I would. The victim was my friend. Speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, you see her there in the sketches. The victim is still someone I even care for to this day. Everything I did wrong that night, I take full responsibility for.
Okay, I just want to pause this real quick. I'm so sorry, but I have to say this, and I won't be long with it. Something about, and this is no shade to Tory or any, has nothing to do with my position in this. I generally feel like, I just don't like when people get kids involved. And I know that might sound messed up, and I know it might be their kid, and their kid should be able to say good things about their parent. But when it comes to the courts and the court systems, I just feel like kids should be off limits. That's just my thought on that, and that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Now, that, John, is, I think, a dramatic difference from what the argument that his lawyers team was presenting. Up until now, they were not even acknowledging the fact that he shot the weapon and basically trying to say, you know, muddy the water and call into question whether it was him that did actually shoot Megan Thee Stallion. So the fact that he's now taking responsibility for that, I think that bears worth mentioning. Also want to mention Megan Thee Stallion yesterday had a statement read out in court saying she didn't feel comfortable being in the same room as Lane, but talking about basically this campaign that she said he organized against her, talking about him making a mockery of her trauma, talking about him paying bloggers to disseminate false information and releasing music videos and songs to damage her character. That was part of the statement that the court heard yesterday, as well as the letters in support for Tory Lanez, who has now been sentenced to 10 years.
And that is how it has unfolded in court. Eli, though, remind us how all of this began.
It was a party. It was a party in the Hollywood Hills. Kylie Jenner was the one that was hosting it, and I believe it was Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, two very successful rappers, and Megan's assistant. They were in a vehicle. There was an argument, and at some point, according to the testimony from Megan Thee Stallion, she left the vehicle, and Lanez fired a gun at the back of her feet and shouted, "Dance." 3 days later, she disclosed on Instagram that she had suffered gunshot wounds. 4 days later, she went to police, and this, John, really split the hip hop community. A lot of talk about, you know, women as domestic assault victims. Also, a lot of very well-known rappers taking the side of Brampton's own Tory Lanez. Drake penned a verse about Megan Thee Stallion, calling her a liar. 50 Cent took Tory Lanez's side. So a lot of people kind of throwing their weight behind Tory Lanez, but he has been sentenced to 10 years, and his team says they will be appealing this.
Hello.
Wow. So I want to say, damn, it don't automatically go back, huh? Ain't that a bit? Okay. I want to say, and I'm not comparing the two, but this is about the best. Ooh, shit, I'm fucking up. That I could do with this. I mean, because this is what I remember. So, like, when I was a kid, back then, our parents was rushing home to watch court TV to watch the O.J. Simpson trial. And so now in 2023, we're watching this thing about Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Now, I want to be clear and say I do not condone violence with men against women and women against men. I don't condone violence. I do condone self-defense. I'm always going to be on the side of self-defense. I don't give a damn. Everything else can be debatable after that. But self-defense, I'm an advocate for. So with that being said, I don't wish anybody any harm or ill. I don't think it's okay for anyone to be getting shot in their foot. I want to be clear when I say that. However, at the risk of sounding dismissive, and Creator knows I'm not trying to, there are more heinous crimes happening 3 miles away from me than this. And yet the whole world will never be a witness to it. They have no idea it's going on. The people in the next state over have no idea what the hell is going on a few blocks away from me. But however, we know everything about this case. We probably could write a paper on it. A dissertation, maybe. It's been so much. And although I sympathize with the injury of this woman and wish her no ill, I think we have to acknowledge that these things are forced on us. These images and these issues, they're placed in front of us. And by default, we have no choice but to comment on them, right? Because that's what we're introduced to. That's what is all around us. That's our new norm. And we don't stop to question it. We just engage, and then we're outraged about stuff that, if you really think about it, it's way more going on. than the stuff that they be showing. So why are they showing it to us? When there's way more important things going on, why aren't they showing it to us? Like, either they want to nightmare you to death. They want to nightmare you to death. Or they just want to avoid the tragedies altogether. They don't want to take any responsibility. So they keep this pump with the shit. Tory Lanez is about to get 10 years. And I don't advocate for this, but you know, one thing I will say, you got to be smart, and you don't mix you don't take pistols at this point. And I might be even pushing the envelope with saying this. I do want to acknowledge that, but I almost don't need to go to an event where I have to take a pistol. Okay. In some cases, we feel we need to carry every day, and I get it. I get it. No disrespect to that. But to be honest and to be frank, I probably shouldn't be somewhere I have to take a pistol. So pistols and alcohol, or pistols and any type of drugs, they don't mix. You're not even supposed to carry when you're even being licensed around. You're not supposed to have these type of intoxicants with pistols. And so you put yourself in a very potentially difficult, dangerous, life-ending situation when you mix weapons with any type of substance. Weapons should not be around anywhere with substances. So if I gotta go and it's a potential that I have to take a weapon with me, I'm gonna just stay home. I'm gonna just avoid the chaos altogether, because if I go somewhere, if somebody jumps stupid and I'm not prepared, it could end my life. But if I have my stuff and then I jump stupid because I've taken some substance, ain't no telling what could happen. So I say all that to say, stay away from these weapons and substances. That's my point. That is my point. Yeah. And it's very unfortunate what's going on with Tory Lanez. It was very unfortunate for Megan Thee Stallion to have to suffer in the way that she has. The whole thing is, no one is winning in this case. I will say that. No one is winning, and it's unfortunate. And I wish everybody the best. That's my genuine thought on that. So, outside of that, baby, it's getting crazy in Houston. And it's funny because isn't Megan Thee Stallion from Houston? Yep. So in Houston, they're over there spreading syphilis, honey. That's right. They're over there spreading syphilis. Syphilis has gone wild in the Houston area. And so we're going to get to the bottom of that. And after we get to the bottom of that, we're going to talk about it, because I think it's really important to talk about. I do. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. We just got out of COVID, pretty much. At least I feel that way, right? I feel like it's safe to say we're okay. And now here it is. People damn near wanted to fight you if you ain't have your mask on. They wasn't playing with you in that damn mask. Okay. They wanted you to have your damn mask on. But now we are spreading syphilis. What is that about? What is that about? Ladies, okay, again, y'all sitting up here about to stroke out. I've seen too many people going in the store today. People are still wearing their damn masks, but you mean to tell me protecting yourself in a sexual encounter that's where you draw the line? And they basically came out and was saying all of how they overinflated the whole hookup. And yes, people were passing, but you know, people pass from the flu. People pass anyway. That's a part of life. Okay, but yeah, if you got this programmer telling you people are passing, you get all out of sorts. But that's a part of life. But y'all don't want to protect yourself having sex. I don't know. Let's play the video.
Women across our area, syphilis skyrocketing in Houston. Good evening, I'm Keith Garvin.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Daniela Guzman. Well, the Houston Health Department is calling the sharp rise in cases of the sexually transmitted disease an outbreak. KPRC2's Andy Sirota live in Sunnyside, where a community meeting was held today about this. Andy?
Danny, Keith, a number of medical directors from some of the community-based health clinics attended that meeting here today at the Sunnyside Health and Multi-Service Center, along with members of the Harris County and Fort Bend County Health Departments. Of all the cases Houston health officials are seeing, it's predominantly women of color who were most impacted. Nationally, there's been an uptick in syphilis cases, and health officials here say in many ways, Houston is no different when it comes to what's happening in many major urban areas across the country right now.
As a large urban jurisdiction, we've got to be really aggressive in our response when we see these kinds of cases, because we have millions of people who may be at risk.
Since 2016, syphilis cases in women have increased by 128%. New infections rose from 1,845 in 2019 to nearly 3,000 in 2022. Cases involving women who passed the infection onto their baby during pregnancy soaring from 16 cases in 2016 to 151 in 2021.
To see the numbers rise in this alarming rate really sounded the alarm for us.
Houston health officials urging pregnant women to seek prenatal care and syphilis testing to protect themselves from an infection that could result in the death of their babies. Untreated syphilis during pregnancy can result in a stillbirth.
We're waiving fees, so we want to encourage folks to come in and get services.
Local health officials say they're seeing a lot of co-infections of HIV with syphilis, along with gonorrhea and chlamydia. The health department is working with medical providers and collaborating with its community-based partners to increase awareness of the outbreak and enhance testing and treatment in Houston neighborhoods. Some hot spots that health officials are watching include areas of Southwest Houston and some areas up on the north side. Syphilis, we were told, is easily treated with antibiotics. If you have questions about testing, you can call the Houston Health Department hotline. That number is 832-393-5010. Live in Sunnyside tonight, Andy Sirota, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Andy.
All right. Well, that's some wild shit, ain't it? That is some wild shit. I just encourage people to be responsible. I really do. I'm not going to give any accusations or, I know we could all hold folk to the cross. You should do this. You should do that. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, it's enough people saying that shit. I'm just saying, when you out here, move with protection. Protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself. Take extra precautions. Be paying attention. This is your life, and you should be gatekeeping your life. You should be a proponent. You should be all for keeping your situation together. Because at the end of the day, this is your life, so you have a direct investment in it. Nobody else. Nobody else is living your life. We want people to prioritize our life. We want people to stop the world for us. But at the end of the day, why? We need to do it for ourselves. So while you're here, we can get in all type of philosophical conversations and break it down. Well, we've been here 30,000 times before, my brother. We can get all into that, and I'm with it. But I'm just saying, right now, whoever you are, whatever your name is, you are just here right now with that shit. That's who you are now. That's who you are here. And you have a vested interest in protecting yourself, getting yourself checked out, paying attention to who you are involving yourselves with, the areas that you choose to hang out at. You really have to be intentional about your moves out here. You do. You have to be intentional about the way you move, because the shit out here. It's out here. And your job is to do the best job that you can to avoid some of these pitfalls and some of these hardships and heartaches. And you can only do that by moving intentionally. Really. That's how I feel about that. You got to be intentional. But as much as y'all was hitting people upside the head about wearing a damn the mask, y'all was acting a fool with these masks. Y'all had 3 different options for masks. Y'all had different sizes. Y'all was, when the hell do people ever give you shit? It'd be hard pressed for somebody to give you a piece of tissue, but people was handing people masks. Here you go. I've got an extra one. People was on that tip when it came to the mask. Baby, everybody had an extra mask. She ain't have a diaper for her baby, but she had an extra mask for you. But yet people are not protecting themselves while exchanging bodily fluids. Something about that is very wild to me, that putting a mask is over my face and blocking me even from the fresh air. I'm talking about we're walking down the street with masks on. That's more important than protecting myself when I'm getting ready to swap spirits and liquids with somebody else. Y'all are interesting. I mean, I'm not trying to be harsh about it, but that's some interesting shit. I gotta move this camera up. It's got me looking like powder, baby. What the fuck? What is going on? Where are you at, camera? I got to move this boy. They playing with me, shit. There we go. Damn. Look like I had the spotlight on me. Rock said you ain't gotta put on the red light. Like, damn. That light was beaming. But yeah. I don't know. This is your life. You gotta live it. Every decision you make affects you. Man, forget what everybody else talking about. This is your life. And you're the custodian. So my thing is choose fucking wisely. But I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please follow both of my YouTube channels. The About section will tell you what you can expect on them. But please follow both. That is at Porch Talk, and it will say RRP Media YouTube channel. And that is Racqi Road TV, RACQI Road TV. You put that at in that name and follow that one. And really, I would really like you to subscribe to my weekly newsletter, and I'm going to tell you why. It's always some shit going on with these social media platforms, and sometimes you got to skip ship. But if you sign up from the newsletter, no matter where I skip, you'll know where I'm at. You'll never lose me, because I'm going to make sure that I let you know where I'm going to and how I'm moving in the newsletter. Even like when they don't want to give information like notifications and stuff about content. You don't have to worry about that, because I'm going to send you it. You're going to stay up to beat, but it's your decision. You know what I'm saying? It really is your decision. That's hey, all. You, let's keep in touch. Head on over to RacquiRoadTV.com/network. And when you arrive to the page, scroll on down to the prompt to lead you to subscribe to my newsletter. Enter your email, first name, last name, hit subscribe. This first button leads you to Racqi Road TV, and the second one leads you to Porch Talk. Sign up to be a guest on Candid Stories of My Soul or the Black Love group chat with this form. Here's how to get to Racqi Road TV YouTube channel through the browser, and how to get to Porch Talk YouTube channel from the browser. Yes, these are both my YouTube channels. Please subscribe to both of them. Until next time, toodles!